Hi guys, welcome back. Today we're going to look at stripping paint from metal miniatures. This is a little change from my Millennium Falcon series, but you can apply that to that because I know there's going to be metal parts included, so it may be useful for you. I've got a few people who used to watch my channel for the Games Workshop and other various miniatures that I do, so this may be useful for them even though they don't use metal miniatures anymore. You can still find a lot of good stuff on eBay, and maybe you want to strip the paint off and have a look, see if that will improve. Anyway, let's have a look at what we've got to play with. So this was given to me by my friend who wants these stripped. So a little shout out for Morgan there. I'm guessing these were painted in his youth and he wants them stripped so he can either repaint them now. So we'll just have a closer look. So what we got here, it's a Chaos Terminator. And the paint's on there quite thick. You would have seen in one of my previous videos that I used brake fluid to strip Bjorn the Fell Hand. The reason I decided to change to a new substance is because that stuff is not very nice to you. Oh, he's missing a piece here. Or is he? Yeah, it looks like he's missing a piece. Sorry, Morgan. Yeah, you can see they're well painted. That's some good, I don't know, 7-8 year old. Did a good job. My personal favourite here is Araman. If we take that off, have a look. He's quite thickly painted. You will see. I mean, you did a good job. I mean, the paint stayed on all this time. And I thought this was all metal at first, but this is actually silver paint, which is on here. As you can see, it's on there quite deep, so it's obscured quite a lot of the details. Are there any other good ones in here we can look at? Yeah, here we go. Good job, Morgan. Good job. Oh wow, look at that. But yeah, it's quite useful because you can get a lot of collectibles off eBay where a person doesn't want them anymore, but they've done a really bad paint job. But it's just pretty easy and simple process to actually do. So the first thing you want to do is when you get your miniature or your model, I mean with the Millennium Falcon you've got the metal turret, so you probably want to undo the screws and take it apart in general if you want to strip the paint off. So in most cases it does work on plastic, which is great, but in most cases you want to remove most of the plastic stands or any accessories. I think some of these are actually plastic, which is interesting. It'll be alright on plastic, just don't leave it on there for too long. So what am I using? So we did find a non-toxic solution in the end, and this is, my friends, called Biostrip 20. It's like a paint thinner slash cleaner in that sort of sense. You can buy it in that, like that big tub I just shown you. That's 5 litres. I think it's roughly around about £20. If you search on Google for Biostrip 20, you can have a look. So I will cut now to the kitchen where we will show you what's going on. Okay folks, we're in the kitchen. As you can see here, I've removed all the bases from the miniatures. Some of them didn't survive, but you can get those cheap. So we've got our Biostrip 20 here, and we've got them in their plastic container. It won't melt, it's non-hazardous, which is good. The brake fluid isn't that good for you, to be honest. As you saw before, I had to use gloves when using it, otherwise it's something you really don't want to get on your skin. So what we're going to do is just going to pour this on here. It comes out kind of like milk in that sort of sense. Oh, look at that. And the great thing is, if you seal this container back on, let me just zoom in. Yeah, once you're finished with this is great because you can seal the container back on and you can reuse it. After a couple of uses though, it gets more of like a black, gooey, bit of a mess, but yeah, that's on there now. Depends how long the paint's been on there for how long we'll actually keep it in there. You can see already it's already getting to work because my hands are now covered in blue. It's actually quite safe, so you can use your hands just to fiddle about, squash everything down so it's covered. Big chaos swamp down there now. So yeah, that's that now in there, and my hands are now covered. Let me just rinse that off. Ugh. Yeah, I'm going to leave that there now for the next couple of hours, and then we'll cut back and we'll see how we're doing, and we'll continue from there. Okay, we're back. This is approximately about 20 hours later. Just have a zoom in, we can have a look. So you see it's become a very disgusting kind of mess in there now. So what we're going to do, we're going to lean in and see what we've got. Right, okay, let me just wash this one off. Need to get the camera to focus. There we go. Yeah, it's become a very disgusting filth. So what I've got here is my electric toothbrush, and we're just going to get to work, have a look at this. Okay, let's have a look at another one, see if we can find Airman in here. We found the Chaos War Beast. Let's have a look at this one. You can see it's all coming off. Ugh. Even the parts are falling off. Yep. Taking apart some of the glue. It's done a hell of a job to my hands. So let me clean up all this and we'll get right back. Okay, that turned out pretty well from a lot of scrubbing. As you can see, my hands are still a bit crinkled. One major problem we've found with using BioStrip, it doesn't pull off the actual glue. So you still see a lot of the actual glue still intact on the actual miniatures, in the corners, stuff like that. So when you need to stick it back together, you might have a few issues. There's a good example of this. Here we go. This is all solid glue. Oh, never mind. Just managed to get that bit off. But yeah, there is quite a few bits. They do come off. Some of them don't come easy. So you can go over this again. You can either put it back in the BioStrip jar, or I would suggest using a nail varnish remover, because that's pretty cheap and that will actually melt all the glue. I wouldn't use it with the plastic though, because that would melt the plastic. As you can see, the plastics come out pretty stripped as well. That's the advantage of using BioStrip over brake fluid, is you can use it on plastic. Yeah. So yeah, it's come out pretty good. I'm pretty pleased with the results. It does take a fair bit of scrubbing just to get all the last bits off. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to finish these off in a... There's my phone. I'm going to finish these off in a bath of nail varnish remover, just to remove the last bits of glue and things like that which I couldn't get off, and then they'll be done. Okay. Hi guys, I couldn't actually leave the video there. I just want to give you some close-ups of the actual strip. So you can see there we've stripped a lot of the paint off, well, pretty much all the paint off. You can see all the fine details. When was this cast? I don't know, 1996. Games Workshop Classic. Some good stuff. There was that Terminator that was full of glue. We've stripped all that off, so it looks really good. One of the arms here for the autocannon. And it's cleaned out all the sections there so that can be easily re-glued. Here's our rider, if you remember him. Come on, there we go. That looks great. Look at that. And here we go, here's Araman. Obviously he's been quite stripped, but now you can see all his wonderful details on his belt, all his tubes. Obviously all the glue's melted off, so we've got all the pieces here. But yeah, it's done a really good job. Anyway guys, I want to thank you for watching. If you have any comments, questions or queries, stick them in the comment section below. And I will see you next time. Thank you.